rising dollar.
Do you know how your feet affect others?
Tragedy struck today.
New Rocco, baby.
Oh, John. Switchback.
Saskatchewan, Manitoba, planet Earth. A special hello to everyone in Keewatin, Ontario. Also, those of you in Kenora, Ontario. I was there earlier in the week, so hi to you folks. We got a big crowd here, an excited crowd. Also, a special group of beavers. The 87 Beaver Colony are here. Let's give us a wave, guys. Now, today, we're going to talk about the planet Earth, and we're going to talk about the environment. Hopefully, the Beaver Colony here won't chew up too many trees on today's show. We're going to talk about the environment and how we can keep our planet such a great place in which to live. As an example, we've got some guests here from WF Ready School who play a board game that deals completely with water. And water, of course, is very important to our planet and to us. We've also got some guests here from Henry Jansen School who have, if you can believe this, a garbage dump inside their classroom. We'll find out a little bit more about that. Also, a special guest, Stephen Hall from Saskatchewan Science Centre. And he's very concerned with the environment, has some ideas and some tips on how we can make the environment a little better. And also, we've got an environmentally safe, recycled music video that Switchback put together along with some guys that pick up garbage for a living. That's kind of a bizarre thing. We'll get to that a little bit later on. Right now, let's welcome my helper, Big Carl. Come on up here, Carl. Oh. Big crowd today. They're pretty excited, Carl.
That's right. Earth tones.
We're green types.
That's right. We've got some great videos for choices today on the video vote. We've got Roxette, Listen to Your Heart, and the Rolling Stones, Mixed Emotions.
Ooh, a couple of good tunes.
Yeah, some great tunes.
International kind of bands. Also, you know, planet.
That's
talking
right.
about things in the whole planet today.
For sure. And over here, we've learned so much.
I was going to ask you about this. This is something new, isn't it, Carl?
Yeah, we've learned so much from preparing for this show this week about the environment that we realize there are a couple of things we better be doing. And one of them here is that we are actually going to start recycling cans. We're going to have containers here. Any cans into the containers. Okay. Paper as well will go into the containers.
Okay.
Some good ideas.
That's something we can be doing here with Switchback to try to
that's for
keep
sure.
this planet a
Morning,
better
boys.
place to live.
Hey, good morning, Scoop.
Thank you, everyone. Rock on into the 90s. That's what I say. You know, this morning on the Inside Scoop, it's going to be unbelievably exciting. A musical tribute that I've put together to the environment. Musical tribute.
Wow. Sounds interesting.
And I'll be talking to the WF Ready students about the environmental board game.
Okay.
Can you handle it?
We can handle that.
I think so.
We also want to say hello to everyone that watched the Santa Claus parade yesterday here in Regina. Carl and Scoop and I were all in the parade. And in case you missed it, this is basically what happened. Hi.
Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Hello.
Yes, I'm wearing long johns. Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Hello
Oh, it is
there.
cold. Merry Christmas. So that was sort of the Santa Claus parade, very much condensed.
I'll see you boys later.
All right, head over to the table there, Scoop. I noticed the head of knowledge is blinking there, Carl. I've got to go to that right now. We went out to some friends of ours and who are also concerned with the environment, and we asked them a pretty basic question. What do you think they could do to make this environment and make our planet a better place in which to live? Here's what they had to say.
We can help the environment by stop using CFCs.
We can stop throwing garbage into our oceans. We should try to prevent acid rain because it's killing our animals and plants.
We can stop dumping waste products into the lakes and oceans. We can find a different chemical to use in the aerosol sprays.
We can help the environment by stop using cars and using horses.
We can help the environment by stop using styrofoam cups.
We can find a machine that will recycle garbage.
Start using degradable products.
We can help the environment if we stop using lead gas.
We can stop using aerosol cans.
We can put solar panels on the roofs of our houses so we can use the sun's energy as electricity. Build an indoor garbage storage. Quit using aerosol spray and find something else for cars to run on.
We can start using nuclear energy to prevent acid rain.
We can start using non-aerosol cans because the environment is more important than some people say.
Switchback.
Good ideas there, Carl, from some people about how we can make the environment better. We can all participate, I guess.
Yep, it takes everybody, I think. Well, time for video vote.
Another way to participate.
Yes,
Sure.
That's right. We've got a couple of great videos, as I mentioned earlier, and let's just take a sneak preview of those right now, shall we? Okay, first up. Roxette, listen to your heart. Second choice, still rocking the Rolling Stones, Mixed Emotions. Boy, the Stones are sure having a good time, aren't they?
They did. You've put together a couple of good choices today, Carl. How long people got to vote for this?
10 minutes. You've got approximately 10 minutes to phone in and vote for the video of your choice.
And one of the most votes, we'll see. The numbers are there on the screen, 359-1069 if you're calling in the Regina area. If you're calling long distance, dial 0, the area code if you need it, and then 359-1076. And don't worry about the costs, as we'll pay for all the long distance calls.
Elevator
swell guys. I should be a swell guy and go to the elevator too. Stephen's here. I'll go grab him. Okay. This is Stephen Hall from Saskatchewan Science Center, so let's give a big round of applause.
Arrival. Visitors.
Come on in, Stephen. Here, Bill. Okay, happy to see you. Come on over here. Of course, you remember Carl? Hey, Carl. Hi, Stephen's on the show last week. Stephen will hop right up onto the couch here. Now, being involved with Saskatchewan Science Center, you're certainly involved with science, and you've also got a real keen interest in looking after our environment. So we're going to get back to Stephen and the environment right after this quick break on our environmental special.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year. Hi, I'm Louise Mandrell, and I'd like to tell you about a new album by Sessions called Christmas Wishes. This new 4-record collection has over 50 great holiday classics, performed by your favorite country singers. Just listen.
Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue.
It came upon a midnight clear.
Silver bells, Noel, Noel, I'll be home.
Christmas Wishes is filled with a special arrangement of Christmas favorites, from jingle bells to a truly fine collection of traditional hymns and carols. Here's more.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Silent night.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, have yourself a merry little Christmas.
There's an old Christmas card. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, walking in a winter wonderland. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Christmas Wishes is available on 4 records or 3 cassette tapes for only $19.95. 2 compact discs, only $24.95. Here's how to order.
Call toll-free 1-800-423-1800 or save COD fees by sending U.S. funds $19.95 for 4 records or 3 cassettes or $24.95 for 2 compact discs, plus $4 shipping and handling too. Christmas Wishes, P.O. Box 4000-BKT, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Sorry, no Canadian CODs.
Welcome back, everyone. Joining us is Stephen Hall from Saskatchewan Science Center. Steve, good morning and welcome to Switchback.
Good morning.
You have kind of a keen interest in the environment, and I think it's important that somebody can sort of explain to us some of the things that maybe we can do as individuals. It seems like it's a pretty big problem. Are there certain parts or certain categories we could put these problems in?
Sure. Well, the first thing I'd like to mention is that one of the problems in Saskatchewan is you look out your window and the world seems to go on forever. Okay. And in fact, the world is like this island that's sort of floating around in space, and it's self-contained, and it's not going to go on forever, and so we have to be careful with it.
And this is the only one we have.
This is the only one we have.
There's not a spare
Earth for us. There isn't. There isn't. So when it comes to environmental problems, which we're hearing a lot more about these days, they really fall into 4 categories. The first one is managing our resources. For instance, the trees in South America. There's talk about raising the rainforest in South America. We have to be careful about those trees. Another problem is managing our waste. when we're finished using our garbage, what do we do with it? You know, do we throw it away? Do we try to reuse it or whatever? The fourth one is essentially being concerned about things that are potentially aggressive to the environment, that might hurt the environment, chemicals and things like that. And then the fourth one is just realizing that there's a balance of nature. So the trees in South America, you might think, well, they're in South America. What have they got to do with us in Canada? Well, in fact, they produce about 30% of the Earth's oxygen, so they're very important to the sort of global system.
The trees just in South America make 30% of the oxygen for the whole planet.
For the whole planet, right.
So we might actually be breathing oxygen right now.
Right, right. We're breathing oxygen that was produced in Saskatchewan as well, but some of our oxygen came all the way from down here.
So what happens in one part of the planet, I guess, can have an impact on other parts of the planet.
Definitely. It's all kind of interconnected. That's where this balance notion comes from. If something happens in some other part of the world, it will affect us.
Okay, so it's important, I guess, what we do will affect other people, what they do will affect us. We're all in this together. That's the main thing. So,
exactly.
One thing on the globe here, of course, there's different colors for the different countries, but if you want to think about it, the planet is still just one place where we all live, and environmentally, the pollution doesn't stop where those colors end. It covers.
No, that's right. That's right. This is our home. I mean, when we think of
this is my home. It's my home
right there.
Right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So the point is to think about the world.
Put the car in the garage.
To think about the world, and then act in your own community. And that's a term that we like to use when we're talking about the environment. Think globally, act locally.
Act locally. Okay. Now, there's a lot of trees in South America. There's, believe it or not, a lot of trees in this part of the country here on the prairies. And Kevin in Winnipeg has a story about the boreal forest, something not a lot of people know about, right here in the prairies. Carl, could you roll that for us?
Yep. Hi, everybody. I'm Kevin Cox. Now, if you were to ask most people to describe Manitoba or Saskatchewan to you, you'd hear, say, words like big, wide open, flat. In fact, you'd probably hear the word flat used quite a bit. Some people think it's so flat that if you look up the word flat in the dictionary, you'd probably just see a picture of the #1 highway going from Winnipeg to Regina. Anyway, you may be surprised to learn that there's a whole lot more to Manitoba and Saskatchewan than just, you know, big old flat old prairies.
Actually, much of Manitoba and Saskatchewan happens to be covered by a rocky forested area called the boreal forest.
Well, this is the Museum of Man and Nature in Winnipeg, where, like any other museum, you're going to find lots of old artifacts and stuff. And the things I'm looking at here are some of the artifacts left over from some of the people that used to live in the boreal forest. It's actually pretty neat stuff. But if you want to see something really neat, something you don't get to see every day, come on over here. And what you will see is a slice of the boreal forest as it would have looked in prehistoric times. Take a look down there.
This gallery was created as part of our plan to show the 5 major life zones of the province.
I'm with Jack Dubois. He's the chief curator of natural history here at the museum.
The boreal forest, as the name implies, it's northern. Boreal is the Greek name for the god of the north. And forest, it's a forested area as opposed to the grasslands or the aspen parkland or other areas on the prairies. It differs basically in the soil type and the amount of sunlight that the area gets, the amount of solar energy that falls on it, and that's reflected in the type of plants that live there. And of course, because of the types of plants, certain animals live there, and we get the mosses and blueberries and things like that that prefer the more acidic soils, the poorer soils, less nutrients, and the trees, the spruce, the pine. The dominant animals in terms of herbivores are the moose, the caribou, and the snowshoe hare, and then the carnivores are the wolf, bear, and the weasel family, the mink, ermine, otter, those kinds of things. And of course, this is the reason the fur trade is pretty well centered in the boreal forest in Canada.
Along with these plants and animals, the boreal forest has also been inhabited by people for thousands of years.
We did have the Cree, the Ojibwe, and the Chippewayan. They would know every berry patch. They would know an area that moose like to frequent at certain times of the year or certain times of the day. And they had an absolutely detailed knowledge of their environment, which is what they needed to get them through.
Nowadays, life in the boreal forest is quite different from what it used to be.
The only place we have large concentrations of people, I guess, now are mining operations. For example, If a community is mainly resource-based, be it forestry or commercial fishing or some of the other things, wild rice gathering, they still are pretty well scattered throughout the area. And as long as they're based on the resources available in the area, I think that'll continue to be the way.
And with this kind of activity going on now in the area, we'll have to be careful to ensure its survival.
First of all, doing a good inventory, knowing what's there, and then with basic ecological research, being able to predict the impacts of developments like hydro dams, like mining, railroads.
What do you find intriguing about the boreal forest?
What do I find intriguing? I guess it's because it's so clean and fresh compared to a lot of areas, especially compared to the cities that I live in and where we all tend to live. When you get out into the boreal forest, because of the forest, it's easy to get off by yourself into a nice, peaceful, quiet, fresh environment.
So if anyone ever asks you to describe Manitoba or Saskatchewan, just remember the boreal forest and try not to use the word flat too many times. For Switchback, I'm Kevin Cox.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Interesting story. You know, I'm one of those people, I often think about it just being flat grain land here, but obviously there's lots of other things. And I guess trees, you know, you mentioned the trees in southern, I guess all plants give us oxygen, which helps us breathe. That's important. Right. They're also, we can use them for paper products, things like that. And one thing I noticed was forests are where other plants and other animals
live. Sure. And again, we're interconnected with them. We depend on them, so it's good for them to benefit from the forests and the vegetation in those areas as well.
So hug a tree is the basic thing. Be nice to plants, because obviously we need plants to get along. You notice a lot of water, especially in northern Saskatchewan and Manitoba too. Right. Water is very important to this planet, and sometimes we're not always that careful with our water. We've got a cool glass of water here, and we're going to take a sip of this. Well, we go now to Scoop, standing by with some people with a board game dealing with water.
Well, that's right, Bill. The action in this corner of the studio is absolutely frantic. I'm here with 4 grade 8s from WF Ready School who are playing a brand new board game, Everything You Wanted to Know About Water. And with me, this man here, the game's inventor, J.C. Meyerhofer. J.C., what got you going on this game? What got you started?
It was a school science project.
And did you decide to make up a game, or was that one of your choices for an assignment?
It was an assigned project that we had a choice of, and I chose the game.
Right. So what did you have to do to put this together?
I had to collect information and arrange it as questions, and then arrange a game.
So what was the hardest thing? Did it take a lot of work?
Well, the research, finding the questions and the information was probably the hardest.
How long did that take?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks of unbelievable effort, and I think it paid off. How do you win this game? What's the goal?
You have to collect 20 liters of clean water.
And how do you go about collecting them?
You can land on spaces, and you collect water.
Right.
Or you can answer a question, and if you answer the question correctly, you will get one liter of clean water.
Right.
But if you answer it incorrectly, you lose 1 clean liter, and you get a dirty one instead.
Oh, don't want those dirty liters, I guess.
Well, they have their advantages, too, because if you land on the purification center, you get to change those back to clean.
I see. Okay. Well, why don't we play a move? We've got our players right in the middle of the action here. Whose turn is it?
Mine.
Okay. Go ahead, Megan.
I just landed down to answer a question.
Okay.
What is the main threat to water? Pollution.
Is that right? Yep. Unbelievable effort. I think we should have some applause from the studio audience. As you can see, the action is thick and fast here. Megan has answered the question correctly. Thanks a lot, JC, for showing us your game, and thanks also to Peggy and Corey for playing, and of course, Megan for coming through in a clutch situation with a correct answer. Back to you, Bill. I think I'm going to lay down for a while.
All right, thanks very much, Scoop. The action is feverish over there, and that game will continue throughout the show. Interesting concept they put together.
Yeah, in Saskatchewan, in fact, water is a very important concern. Water management is very difficult in Saskatchewan because most of our water comes in about 2 or 3 months of the year.
That's right. We don't get a lot of rain or a lot of snow, so water becomes pretty important to us.
Very important.
That's a nice board game, a good way for people to participate as well. You folks want to participate, hopefully, in our video vote. We have 2 videos for you to vote on today. One is the Roxette video. The other is the Rolling Stone video. The numbers are on your screen, 359-1069 if it's a local call, 0-359-1076 if it's long distance, and we'll pay for that. You got a personal choice for yourself?
Well, I kind of have mixed emotions about it. I think I'll go with the Rolling Stones.
Mixed emotions.
Stand by.
Okay.
Commercial.
Sounds like our computer M tells us time for a commercial. We'll be back with our environmental special. Keep voting for your favorite video during the break.
4, 3,
Last year, over 100,000 needy kids came away from Christmas empty-handed. This year, when you buy Freddie Duracell's Christmas puppy, $3 will go to the Coppertop Children's Christmas Fund, so that together we can give Christmas back to the kids.
Ah, yes, the Sunday drive.
I have to go.
Nothing but good times at every turn.
We've lost the children!
Sunday drive on the Disney Sunday movie this week.
They said it wasn't humanly possible. All the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Game Boy comes complete with batteries and the outrageous new game Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use Video Link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, portable power.
Your child may get hooked on something at school, something that affects coordination, concentration, and attitude. And you should encourage it. Kids in band tend to test higher in verbal, reading, and math skills, become more responsible and self-disciplined. There's a quality Yamaha instrument that's perfect for your child. Many available on a trial basis. Hooked on music, hooked for life.
My mom said, why don't you try it? And I did, and it's been great. In Brownies, you play games. And in Guides, you do all sorts of neat stuff. Crafts, building up badges, like astronomy and camping. All my friends are in my patrol, and we meet girls from other countries. I think guiding is for someone who likes to try different things. It's really fun, and I like it. Thanks, Mom. Contact your local Girl Guide organization.
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, a capacity crowd on hand for our environmental special. It's kind of neat, these switchbacks zipping around the globe there. I guess we're a part of this planet, too.
We sure are. Everybody is.
When you get right down to it.
Yep.
We noticed that we should all be trying to do our own part. And, Carl, you were going to mention to Stephen that you've cooked up something special right here in our studio.
Yeah, that's right. And as a matter of fact, if you follow me, we'll use it right now. Right turn.
Right turn.
And over here.
Ah, recycling cans.
Yep.
This is something new we've put into the studio. Carl thought it up as a way to help.
Recycling cans here, and of course paper here. And I have a piece of paper here that I've finished with, so...
Oh, is it written on both sides? Oh, it is? It is?
Yeah.
Very good, Carl.
Oh, thanks.
I guess some people just use one side of the paper, throw it away. And
sure, and you can flip it over, use the other side before you recycle it.
You can even use the edges, but you'd have to write really tiny, really
small.
Yeah.
Very small.
There's lots of ideas, I guess, to use products.
Sure, actually, one of the other things that is starting to be recycled are these plastic pop containers. In fact, there's a guy in Toronto who's shredding them up and using them for insulation. And you can take them to the same recycling plant as the cans, and you even get a bit of money for them.
Oh, great. I was wondering about those.
Yeah, we hear a lot about the cans. I didn't know that much about the plastic thing.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things we've done to be environmentally aware on Switchback this week is, well, I got involved with an old environmentally safe music video. I guess we've sort of recycled it, used it again. And what we did was we found out that there's a whole bunch of different uses for garbage. And one of them, silly enough, is doing a music video about garbage, about recycling. Here I am with some friends, a recycled music video. Welcome back, everyone. We certainly had fun, believe it or not, there in the landfill in Regina. We want to thank the Public Works Department who helped us with the video. A couple of guys did some pretty good singing in that video. We also want to thank them because they let us bring this back from the landfill, which isn't something you're supposed to do, but we wanted to demonstrate that somebody had thrown this out as garbage, probably because of the noise it made. But it's a perfectly good draw drum, and so we're going to reuse it here at Switchback and maybe rent it to the people at 649. Who knows? But it's an example of things that we can reuse rather than just throw out as garbage. And you've brought a whole bunch of stuff along, right, Stephen, to help us point out some of those
yeah, a lot of the time when we think that something is useless and it's no good anymore, for instance, this iron, which doesn't work right now, the first thought that came to my mind is, when my iron doesn't work, I'll throw it out. Maybe just like the person that threw this draw drum away. But in fact, I have an electrician who's a friend of mine, and I'm going to get him to take a look at it and see if he can repair it. See if it'll
just because it's broken, it doesn't mean it's garbage.
Exactly.
We should try to fix it.
There's all kinds of things that we tend to think, oh, once we've used them up, we throw them away. In fact, there's something called the Imagination Market now in Vancouver, which takes products like this. Now, this is a piece of rubber gasket that had washers punched out of it, and the industry that produced this usually threw it out. Now, this company brings them in and allows people like me to go and buy them, and I actually use this to protect my table from hot plates that I put down. And there's all kinds of other things that you'll find at the Imagination Market. I even got some reject E.T. dolls, which I'm going to use as a Christmas gift. I think I'm going to make an E.T.
Hey, buddy, phone home. Oh, a reject E.T.
I have no idea what's wrong with it. Maybe his E.T. wasn't working. Or these reject keyboard keys, and I'm going to make the letters of my presents out of these keys. There's all kinds of stuff that can be used in a variety of ways. Another thing that we do at the Science Center, in fact, we have a Xerox machine, and as a lot of businesses have problems with throwing away Xerox paper that's been used, reject Xerox paper, we have a box here we call our reject Xerox paper box.
That's a good name for it. You put in your reject Xerox paper.
So once we've used one side of it, we take it to a little print shop for 20 cents. They'll put a gum on one side, and we use it as a sketch pad.
All right, so we're using all of the paper. These are pretty common things, the milk cartons.
Sure, very common household thing. You have a milk carton, usually you just throw it away. You can make it into, I've used this as a pencil box. You can use them for all kinds of things. Another thing that's fairly disposable, that's used in the kitchen a lot, are these paper wipers. Now, these are usually made of recycled paper, so you think, well, maybe it's not so bad to use them. But if you can avoid using them and use things like, you know, simple sponge or even just a towel, you can conserve even the recycled paper.
That's right. One other thing to point out really quickly is we use up a lot of space with garbage, and these giant metal things up front here, these are called biscuits, and believe it or not, these are crushed pop cans, 650 cans, all fit into a space just this big, so you can use up less space with garbage, plus these can get melted down, recycled, and made into something else aluminum. So our thanks to Sarcan for these giant aluminum can biscuits. We're going to be back with the Inside Scoop and some more exciting stuff on our environmental special here on Switchback right after this break.
When your pets are getting growly with an appetite, your cat is getting jumpy being up all night. For pet supplies, we set the pace. Head down to Carol, your pet place. Take a cruise, we're easy to find. Our locations will save you time. For pet supplies, we'll see you through. Alan McCarroll is here for you when your pets are getting growly with an appetite. Your cat is getting jumpy being up all night. For pet supplies, we set the pace. At Alan McCarroll, your pet place.
Looks to me like tetrasitis.
Even tetrasize. Square, rectangle, trapezoid, tetrazoid.
Nintendo introduces Tetris.
Put a piece here, put a piece there. Use your thumbs, use your eyes. Find yourself tetrasize.
Now you're playing with power, system and game, each sold separately.
Daisy Orlean before there was a town plain born. To rootin' tootin' came a tootin', the only sound was snoring. He rode a pace on a horse called Grace. He knew their trouble well. Tasty corn pops new, and some daring do will solve their problems well. The crunchy sound of nuggets round should captivate these dwellers. As he rode away, he heard them say, "Who was that happy fellow?"
says band's not cool.
Available at St. John's Music, 1544 Albert Street.
I hate how they wrinkle my suit.
You ought to see my cleaning bill.
Oh, they rub against my neck. They're uncomfortable.
How about this for an alternative?
Safety belts are way too confining.
I'm in complete agreement, more or less.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Boy, if you don't wear your safety belt, you really end up a basket case.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Welcome back, everyone. Carl, the phone's been busy for the last few minutes.
Sure has.
Heated up with people voting for the
Yeah, and
videos.
I hear it's very close, very close. Should we take a look at the numbers
Let's
now?
check it out here.
Let's take a look. Holy mackerel.
That is close. Just
We're talking
seven votes different. So mixed emotions, that's Rolling Stones?
That's right. Mixed Emotions by the Rolling Stones wins today. And we'll just maybe introduce some of the people up here helping us out. We've got Adam over there on the computer. We've got Vince on the switcher. And Jessica here is doing our audio this morning. And Jessica, if you... Great. Just roll that video for us.
It's the Rolling Stones.
1, 2, 1, 2.
This week's video vote winner. Most of the crowd liked it, especially these two old-timers here beside me. You told me the music of the 30s and 40s is your favorite, and that's why you're a Rolling Stones fan. Switchback's a family show. Everyone loves it. The kids even went for the Rolling Stones. We'll be back with more of our environmental special right after this 2-minute break. Could you hear me?
Okay, she's got one of Frankie's special dogs and fries.
Yeah. Steps to the booth. I can't believe it. She stops. Can't find it.
How'd you do that?
She's looking for the Heinz. Can't find it anywhere.
You didn't.
She looks over, sees it. She's coming over.
Excuse me, I can't seem to find any Heinz.
You're kidding. Here, you can have some of mine.
Thanks.
My name's Heinz.
It just doesn't taste the same without it.
Yes, your only hope is to team up with Mario in the totally new Super Mario Land. Guide him on the Nintendo Game Boy through all the mysteries and terrors of ancient Egypt. Battle all the horrors of the deep and master with Mario lots of weird worlds to give him a happy ending and make your world a little more fun. New Super Mario Land and other exciting games for Game Boy, each sold separately. Nintendo, now you're playing with power, portable power.
Look, Toucan, I made the team. Would have made the shot if I hadn't practiced through breakfast.
Ah, then fruit flavor should be your aim.
Fruit flavor?
Yes, follow my nose.
It's a fast break. It dribbles to the left.
It always knows. Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal with natural orange, lemon, and cherry flavors. Part of this complete breakfast. Have some.
He fakes to the left, fakes to the right. It's a slam dunk. Oh, boy.
Chris, how do I look? Sail.
Jamie, you are the most embarrassing human being on earth. I'm never going shopping. Of course I'm going shopping.
Yep, you're shopping all the time. Street sense.
Saturday mornings.
Oh, Sail.
Monday, on Danger Bay, JL's father is not the pilot he used to be.
Little miscalculation.
But will he face the truth?
I don't need some quack to give me the bad news.
Danger Bay, Monday.
Hi, I'm Amanda Steptoe. Like you, I read to find out what's going on around me. The National Library and CBC are sponsoring Read Up On It to promote Canadian books. Check it out at your local bookstore and library or write this address.
What do these megastars have in common? Mel Gibson, Phil Collins, Tina Turner, Harrison Ford, Billy Crystal, Eddie Murphy, Blue Rodeo, and Bon Jovi. They and a few hundred others are special interview guests each and every week on Good Rockin' Tonight. Check it out.
And now, with the Inside Scoop, here is ace reporter Nick Scupaducci.
Thank you, my people. The excitement here is incredible because we're about to have a major rock out. I am ace reporter Nick Scupaducci, and instead of my usual Inside Scoop report, well, I've been so inspired by all this environmental talk, I put together a musical number for you today, so stand up or sit down or do whatever you need to do because it's time to rock. With me, my sidekick, the Rap Master K. How's it going, the Rap Master K?
Funky.
Funky, he said.
Funky.
I called him the Rap Master K, and he said funky. We're rocking out already. All right, let's go.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. This is going to be rap, by the way. Not too much heat there, Rap Master.
10-4.
Like that pace. Well, you know, the world seems big, everything seems fine, but this old world needs a hand from time to time. We've got...
Nuclear.
We've got nuclear waste, ozone problems up there. There are billions of people spreading garbage everywhere. Garbage, garbage, garbage. It's a rap song.
10-4.
Y'all ready for your line?
I'm pretty sure.
We're going to rap together now. Now, you might be thinking...
What a downer, oh, wow.
But you can help out, and I'll show you how. Hold on for a second. Do a fill or something. Right, Master? Just save your used-up paper and save your cans, too, because they can be recycled into something new. Protect the ozone layer. It's easy, you can see. Don't use aerosol cans and... plant a tree.
Right.
Rock out. This is ace reporter Nick Scupaducci for the Inside Scoop. Recycle.
All right, thanks very much, Scoop. Good Inside Scoop today. I'm here playing the TurboGrafx 16 video game, jumping up and down, having a lot of fun. I'm Keith Courage there, attacking little munchkins all over the place. This is one of 4 TurboGrafx 16 games which we will give away in a few weeks' time. It comes to us from NEC Canada, and as I mentioned, we'll give away 4 of them. To enter the contest, though, you have to identify 6 different clues. Now, I'm going to go in this door here. All right. here's our clue for this week. I am the weapons master. The person we meet this week is called Weapons Master. Look for weapons as I sell them to you. Well, when I look at you, Weapons Master, I see sort of a fat, ugly guy, and I don't want to buy weapons from you. But you are this week's clue, the Weapons Master. Clue number 3. And I got to get out of this area now and get back to fighting those little critters. Oh, jumping up and down. Keith Courage is a fun guy. Get this guy just a sec here. Let me get up to this plateau. Hop. Got to get that turtle. Got the turtle. Hop up once more. Now I got to land on this little flying saucer here. And, ooh, just hung on by a toenail. And leaping up there again. As I mentioned, we'll give away 4 TurboGrafx 16 games. A couple of weeks from now, you have to collect all 6 clues. We've given you 3 now, and today's 3rd clue was the Weapons Master. Once you've got all 6 a few weeks from now, then you can enter the contest and win one of 4 of these great TurboGrafx 16 games. They come from NEC Canada just in time for Christmas. Hop down here, carry on.
Elevator arrival.
Oh, sorry, Keith. I'll be able to get back to you in a minute here. Just to leave that game for a second because we've got some more visitors here. Good morning, Arlene. Camera operator, Arlene. We got some folks coming over here. This will be Jill and Ryan, so let's give them a big welcome here. Good morning. Come on in here. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Jill. Come right over here, guys. A lot of your classmates are here. Is Carl Stephen, you want to come and join us up on the couch? We've got a whole bunch of classmates of Jill and Ryan's. They're here from Henry Jansen School in Regina. You folks, what grade are you in? About grade 5, I guess? Yeah. All right, we'll just hook these microphones on here, and we'll tell everybody that Jill and Ryan are part of a class which is very environmentally aware. You guys have done a lot of projects in your class. You have a garbage dump in your class. You also have recycled paper. You have a compost heap. How did you guys get so involved and excited about looking after our environment?
Well, I got started with our intern from the university, and she started us on recycling and stuff like that.
And now the whole class has caught on and got pretty fired up about it. How about you, Ryan? Any favorite part of all the projects you've done?
I liked the recycling paper.
Recycling the paper? Yeah. Why do you think that's important?
Well, today we're using so much paper that we don't know how much we're using, and we're not careful. We're throwing too much away. So we take the paper we used and we recycled it.
Okay, so that's a good project that the class is doing. And if you guys out there have any ideas or comments, concerns, or questions, anything at all, if you just want to talk about the environment, give us a call now. We'd love to hear from you, folks. The numbers are on the screen, 359-1069. Calling long distance, 359-1076. Ask us a question, or maybe you've just got something you'd like to say about the environment, and we'll get to those calls in just a second. But first of all, we want to go back to your classroom where I had a chance to go visit the folks at Henry Jansen at the grade 5 class and find out some of the neat stuff that they did right in their classroom. At first glance, this looks like your pretty typical classroom, complete with teachers and students, desks, books, all the normal stuff. But actually, this is kind of a special classroom. It's a grade 5 class at Henry Jansen School in Regina. And these people are very concerned with their environment. In fact, they seem to have brought their environment right into the classroom. Maybe you can tell us what you're working on there.
Well, this is a compost, and right now we're cutting up rotten beets and putting it in.
Putting it into this bucket here. Now, what all other sorts of things will you put in here?
Well, we have table scraps here, like eggshells, cantaloupe peelings.
Right.
There's bread and tea bags, coffee grounds.
That looks like lunch. And all of these things go into this, you call this a compost?
Yeah.
And then what happens once the food's in here?
Once the food's in it, we put dirt on it.
Okay, let's try a little bit of that, and we'll see how this works. Throw some dirt right in there. This is really going to taste good. Now, actually, this isn't for eating. What do you do with this stuff?
Well, after a couple of weeks, it could be used for fertilizer for your garden.
Would it be okay then if I put my gum in there?
Yeah.
It was just a fresh piece. Okay, we'll grind that up here. Let's see what else we can find. In another corner of the classroom, these 3 students were explaining a different project, the garbage garden. That's right, they actually planted different kinds of garbage. But they don't expect this garden to grow. They're trying to find out which types of garbage will break down or decompose best underground.
If it doesn't decompose, it stays in the landfill, and you have to move your garbage to a different place, and it fills up the whole earth. And if it decomposes, then it just turns into soil.
So their buried garbage includes some food, plastic, glass, and even a toy car made of metal. and each week they dig them up and study the results. About how long has this car been in the dirt there, Alan?
About 5 weeks.
Okay. It looks fairly, it looks dirty, but it looks pretty much normal there. Maybe wash that off. We'll see what it looks like.
Okay.
So it looks like a miniature car wash in there.
Yeah.
So far, the garbage garden has taught them a lot.
Plastic, metal, and glass doesn't decompose that well.
So those aren't good things to bury.
Nope.
Okay. Aluminum cans, newspaper. I'm telling you, this class is really into environmental concerns. But Ryan, maybe you can tell me, though. I've got a question. I see here you've got a box that says paper to use and totally used paper to recycle. Now, I don't understand the difference here. This says paper to use. It's already been used.
No, but, yeah, it's been used on the front, but we can also use it on the back because it's clear.
Okay, so you guys use both sides of all your paper, and then, well, that'd be this. It'd be totally used paper. It's been used here, it's been used here, so once it's been totally used, you guys throw this stuff away, right?
No, we recycle it, we tear it up and we recycle it, we give it to the people, the kids in the classroom, and they...
This classroom actually recycles paper?
Yeah, we tear it up and then we put it in blenders and they blend it up.
This looks exciting. You mind showing me? That's what these guys are doing, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's check it out.
These kids are...
The first step in recycling paper begins here, where the students tear up the totally used paper into tiny pieces. How little do these pieces have to be?
Smaller than a quarter.
Smaller than a quarter. Well, let's check on that here. Let me see one of your pieces. Ooh, looks to me like it's bigger than a quarter, Jason. What are you going to do now?
I'll rip it in half.
Rip it in half. Okay. Once enough of the paper has been torn and shredded, it's mixed with water and... So what are you guys cooking up in here? What's your name?
Corey.
Okay, I know it's a blender here, but what kind of stuff have you got in there?
Well, paper that we're making into pulp.
You're making pulp in there. This isn't like a pulp shake, is it?
No.
Okay, because I didn't bring a straw. Next, some of the water is drained off, and the pulp goes to the rollers.
Well, we put the pulp on a screen like this, and then we flip it, and then we take and cover it with some cloth, and then we get a roller and make it, the roller makes it thinner.
So you flatten it out like a pancake. And then what happens next?
Then we take the cloth off, and we take the screen off, and if it comes off, you better, like this, then you have your paper, but you have to wait till it dries.
And once it dries, it's paper. Maybe not the greatest paper, but it cuts down on waste without cutting down more trees. All right, and not cutting down trees can be a very helpful thing. It would also be helpful if you'd like to ask a question to get on the phone right now and call us. You don't have to ask a question, you can just comment about the environment. Maybe you have some ideas about some things that we can do to keep our environment clean, so give us a call. The numbers are there on the screen, and we'll take some calls from people who have already called us. Good morning, welcome to Switchback.
Hi, when did you get involved in doing this?
You're talking to Ryan and Jill?
Yeah.
How about you guys? When did you get involved?
We got involved at the beginning of the year.
So this school year. Now, do you do it just at school? Do you try to do it at home, or?
Yeah, we tried to do it at home.
You have to convince your brothers and sisters and parents to help out?
Yeah.
What sorts of things are you doing at home, Ryan?
Well, we're not throwing as many cans away as we used to.
Saving up on them. How about you? Are you doing stuff at home? Where are you calling from?
Regina.
From Regina? Do you do some environmentally safe things yourself?
Kind of.
Okay, well, keep at it. Everybody does their little bit. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, bye.
All right, bye-bye. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Chris from Regina.
Okay, Chris, have you got a comment about our environment?
Yeah, I have 4 boxes of newspapers. What should I do with those?
Have you read them all?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the first thing. Some ideas on paper.
Well, there's a paper recycling place for computer paper in Saskatoon, but we need a paper recycling place here.
Yeah, as it is right now, I don't think in Regina there is a place to recycle newspaper.
No, there isn't.
But there's some, people can do different things with newspaper,
yeah,
right?
They can. The problem with newspaper, and the reason you can't take it to the same recycling paper plant as the other paper can be taken to, is that the fiber length that's used in the newspaper is very, very short. It's actually very poor quality paper. So you can't do much with it. They can't recycle it. They can't use it over again. But you can use it to make logs. There's log makers and things like that. And there is talk of bringing a recycling plant to Regina.
That's right. Hopefully they'll find some other things with it. A couple of other thoughts. They make egg cartons out of old newspapers.
That's right.
In Britain, they use it for kitty litter. Here, I guess, just birdcage litter we sort of put underneath things. But hold on to that newspaper. Maybe you want to wrap your Christmas presents with it. We spend a whole lot of money on all those shiny, fancy things and give people the front page for Christmas.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Everybody's doing their part. Thanks. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback. Have you got a comment on the environment?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
What do you do with, like, sour cream things?
Sour cream things. Oh, you mean the plastic containers that they come in, or the sour cream, or?
The plastic containers that come in.
Yeah, everything comes in different types of containers and things. Any ideas on that one, Steve?
Well, I think that the most obvious thing is to use them for other things, for storing little bits and pieces that you might have around the house. I know that I have a bit of a workshop, and I like to store my nuts and bolts and all of those kinds of things, and those little sour cream containers are actually really useful for doing that. Eventually, hopefully, there'll be places where you can take them, just like the Sarcan plant, where you can be able to recycle that plastic and recapture it.
But throwing it out is always kind of a bad thing, because that plastic will just stay in the ground for years and years.
If you can save it up for now, that's the best thing, because it takes such a long time for the plastic to break down. Hundreds of years, literally hundreds of years, and it really doesn't do any good for our environment at all.
You'd wonder why they would make something last 100 years, because the sour cream it'll be real sour by then.
It'll be gone in a couple of days.
Okay, thanks a lot for the phone call. Have a great Sunday.
Yep.
Okay, bye-bye. If you folks out there have some ideas about the environment, maybe you'd like to pass them along to us. It would be a good idea, especially if you would like to win one of 10 World Atlases. We have the complete World Atlas donated from Cole's Book People. They are the book people, and around Christmas time, a lot of people look for books for things as gifts. If you'd like the complete World Atlas, you have a chance to win one of 10 of them. So write to us on one page. Just tell us your thoughts, your concerns, your ideas about the environment. Maybe you've got some ideas on things we can do to make our environment, make our planet a little bit better. Whatever it is, write to us on just one page, some of your thoughts, and we'll pick 10 of them. They'll win that book. The address is Switchback, Post Office Box 540, Regina, Saskatchewan, and the postal code is S4P4A1. And you can fax your entry to us. Our fax number is 347-9489. You may, in fact, want to use both sides of the paper, or use the side of a paper that hasn't been used so far. That way you won't waste so much paper. Just one page is all that's required. You could win one of these books. We'll tell you who wins these books on next week's show. Right now, let's take a break.
A robot. I can put my arm back on. You can't. So play safe.
Today, some women will leave for work looking like they just stepped out of a salon. Salon Selectives, developed in the salons of Helene Curtis, select your personalized combination of shampoos and conditioners for salon beautiful hair. Feel salon beautiful every day.
Okay, she's got one of Frankie's special dogs and fries. Yeah. Steps to the booth. I can't believe it. She stops. Can't find it. How'd you do that? She's looking for the Heinz. Can't find it anywhere. You didn't. She looks over, sees it. She's coming over.
Excuse me, I can't seem to find any Heinz.
You're kidding. Here, you can have some of mine.
Thanks.
My name's Heinz.
It just doesn't taste the same without it.
Getting in drugs and being high is a stupid thing to do. But being in control and saying no, it's not the easiest thing to do. Being original and take a stand, you are free to say no. Don't let a friend push you in. Taking drugs, you got a right to say no.
know, getting into drugs and being high is a real stupid thing to do. Being original and saying no to peer pressure. Saying no may be the smartest thing you ever do.
You got a right to say no. You got a right to say no. No, right to say no.
Welcome back, everyone, on planet Earth. That should be most everybody that's watching. Remember, if you would like to win one of these great books here, the Complete World Atlas, you'll need to fill out just on one page some ideas, your ideas on the environment. We're still also looking for some youngsters to be a part of our camera operating crew next week. You could be part of the Switchback crew on next week's show. Write to us and tell us why you think you'd like to be a camera operator or maybe even me for a day. There's our address, Switchback, Post Office Box 540, Regina, Saskatchewan. The postal code is S4P4A1. You can fax your entry to us at 347-9489. We want to thank Stephen Hall from the Science Center. We also want to thank Ryan and Jill, everybody in their class, the WF Ready class, the kids at the control panel, everybody else, and especially you for watching. We'll see you next week on Switchback. Take care of our planet.
CBC Television.